The Sports Town Podcast.
All right, so let's go to our next playoff series. Do you want to start with that as well, Myles?
Sure. I'll do Penguins Islanders, Nolan. Sidney Crosby and his band of merry men have been together for a number of years and have won 3 Stanley Cups together. And the band of merry men in which we are referring to is primarily their top 3, which is Chris Letang, Yevgeny Malkin, and Sidney Crosby. They're all getting up there in age. They're all roughly 35, 34 years old. And this was really what a lot of people were thinking, the last kick at the can for them. They've lost out in the first round of the playoffs the past 2 seasons, and they got to face the staunch defensive team of the New York Islanders, coached by Barry Trotz. This was one that a lot of people were thinking was going to go, pretty deep as well. And I believe that the Islanders won it in 6. And the main storyline that came out of it was, Pittsburgh, why did you ever let Fleury go? Going back to the expansion draft with Vegas, Pittsburgh was fresh off a Stanley Cup victory where Matthew Murray was an emerging goaltending star. Had some questions around him, but the main thing that the Penguins needed to figure out was if they were going to keep Fleury or if they were going to expose him and ride Matt Murray. Well, we all know how that worked out. They let Fleury go, went to Vegas, took him to a Cup final. Vezina nominee now. He's doing not too bad. Where's Matt Murray? Removed. He is in the wasteland of the Ottawa Senators, who were one of the top 3 worst teams in the league this year. Matt Murray's had a lot of questions around his glove hand, his career, and kind of got exposed. I think he had like 0.85 something save percentage. Got a little bit better as the year went on, but numbers were looking a little bit rough. And Penguins decided to go with their new up-and-comer, Tristan Jarry. Well, JJ, if you weren't watching, you probably don't know, but Tristan Jarry, for lack of a better term, shit the bed and completely lost the Penguins the last 2 games of this series with flubs in overtime for really soft goals. His advanced numbers were terrible. His straight-up numbers were terrible, and really didn't even give the Penguins a chance to win. So those 2 key overtime losses on the back of Tristan Jarry, and it's not fair to put a loss on a goalie. As a former goaltender myself, I know how much that hurts, but you also need to be objective when you're analyzing a sporting event, and Tristan Jarry did not give them a chance to win. So sucks for the Penguins that they are now eliminated in the first round for the 3rd consecutive year, but the Islanders are damn good. And that Islanders-Bruins series so far has been really, really entertaining as well. So I think that the better team ultimately won, and we're getting a really exciting second-round matchup.
Yeah, and I think I was listening to Pat McAfee recently, and he's a big Penguins fan himself, and I think he wasn't too happy about what happened, but I feel like, as you mentioned, Pittsburgh's getting up there, and it's sad to say because just a few years ago, they were one of the top teams. Sidney Crosby is one of the best. He's one of the best hockey players to ever play. So it's kind of disappointing to see a team like Pittsburgh go down a little bit just because of age and stuff like that. So
yeah, back-to-back cups a few years ago, man. They've definitely had a fall from grace.
Yeah, and it's disappointing to see that because, again, Pittsburgh was fun to watch whenever you'd watch them. I mean, they dominated what they won again 2016, 2017. I think it was the last time they won. So thanks for listening to the Sports Town Podcast, or the STP Pod for short. If you want to check out more videos of the Sports Town Podcast, click on the left. If you want to subscribe to the channel, click on the right.